Hey, yo, check. Hey, what is up? We got a highly informative and hopefully entertaining video for each and every one of you. Listen, you want to watch the end of this video? We're covering everything you need to know as a trader investor. What's going on with the Trump tariffs, the latest news in the market, the overall market and news cycle. We're also looking at a possible come up for AMC stock and giving you news as well for AMC. So you do not want to miss a second of this video. We're looking at stocks and crypto, AMC GME, SPY, Bitcoin, and much, much more. Let's go ahead and hop in the charts, facts, data. Let's go. Hey, yo, what is up? You are back for another video with Datazero. This video is not financial advice, should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. We're going to hop into charts, facts, data, showing y'all what's going on for the rest of this week. This video is not financial advice, should not be taken as such. Please do your own research. And if you want to help out the channel, hit that like button, subscribe, and share the video. Leaving comments and subscribes help out more than you think because it lets the algorithm know that this video is what people want to see. So again, with all that YouTuber stuff out the way, let's go ahead and hop into charts, facts, data, show y'all what's going on for the day into the rest of this week. Now, as far as the meme stocks are concerned, the narrative is, in my personal opinion, meme stocks are going to see a recovery. GameStop's been in an overall downtrend, and AMC's been in an overall downtrend. And I'm going to show you guys, based off technicals and details, on why I think we could start to see an uptrend for both of these stocks. And if they can move up in conjunction, that could put additional pressure on the shorts as they move up together. And both of the shorts mostly are short on both of these stocks. So the short hedge funds that are short on GameStop are also short on AMC and vice versa. So I'm going to show you again, based off charts, facts, data, on why I think we could see a move to the upside for both of the meme stocks. Let's hop right in. So basically for GameStop, I'm going to show you here that we have buy orders that GameStop is in. I think GameStop is fleshing out a bottom and getting ready to move to the upside. We kind of have this sloping support and resistance here, which I'm expecting GameStop to break above probably this week, and then GameStop will start to recover. You can see the buy orders right here. That green block, that is a buy order, okay? This is on the 4-hour time frame. This is on the 1-hour time frame. So I think GameStop is gaining this liquidity down here. I think this is a prime buying spot for GME, and I think it's going to start moving to the upside. It has a lot of support in these ranges. I told y'all that I don't believe GameStop would be going lower than 25.67, and so far we've been holding those levels. Now, this could be a little bit of a bear flag, okay? I want to keep that 100 with y'all. This could be a little bit of a bear flag, and if GameStop does lose that 25.65, you could see a little bit more downside, but overall we're very oversold, so I think this is a spot where GameStop could find a bottom. Also, RSI is starting to trend up, and you can see on the smaller time frames we have green MACD. What we need to see to confirm that this is the bottom for GameStop and we're not going to lose that lower level support, we need to get above 26.19. Now, if we did drop to the downside, I would expect GameStop to drop down and then pop back up, similar to what AMC did here, where it dropped down and then popped back up. So if we did lose that level of 25.65, I would expect a drop down to pop to the upside. But what I'm thinking most likely will happen, especially if AMC can continue this uptrend, is that GameStop will break above 26.19, which is the level we need to break to confirm that we're going to move up, and then start heading towards this gap fill. I know that GameStop will recover, though, because of this gap fill and those buy orders to the downside. So if we did see a drop, those buy orders would come into play, and also we have major support, and we have this gap fill to the upside, saying GameStop will come back to the upside because gaps get filled 99.9% of the time. That's why you don't see charts with a bunch of gaps on them. So we have this gap fill to the upside, and I believe GameStop will be recovering. You can see RSI trending up. That's a momentum indicator. That means momentum is building. You can see that we're starting to get green MACD on these smaller time frames, and we're even starting to get some super trend buy signals on the smaller time frames. We had them here throughout the day. They're kind of fading into a sell signal as we pull back, but again, these could very, very easily come back. And again, you can see here on the 30-minute time frame, we do have that buy signal as bullish momentum is building, in my personal opinion. But we have to make sure we get above that 26.19. If we did lose that 25.64 level, I would expect GameStop to come down to about the level of 24.83, but I really don't see that being the case. I think we're going to start moving to the upside with AMC, in my personal opinion. So that's what I'm looking at for GameStop. Also, more signs that we could be seeing movement to the upside. Again, I just want to quickly dive into the options chain. Right here, you can see that we have out the money calls, $44 calls being purchased. And if you look throughout these expiration dates, I've been showing you this on multiple videos. There are out the money calls on GME, and it's heavily stacked to the call side. All of these blues are calls. All of this orange / red is puts. You can see we have way more calls than puts, and people are buying deep out of the money calls throughout different strike prices. It's like they're expecting a move to the upside, but they don't know exactly when it's going to be. You can see we had some people buying 49s here. All of those green pluses are people that are buying. And again, even if you do see the red, that means there's activity there, but it's coming down. But you can see people are actively buying, and we're stacked heavily to the upside with calls. So again, it's like they know a move is coming, but they don't know exactly when. And if GameStop were to find a bottom, it would start pushing to the upside back towards that $30 level. And if we can break back over 30, things could get interesting as we could move towards that $40 level, and at 30, shorts are really starting to sweat at that price point. So this is what I'm looking at for GME. Let's go ahead and hop into AMC, then we'll hop into SPY and Bitcoin and wrap up this video. So AMC is getting a bottom exactly where I called it, ladies and gentlemen. I told you guys we'd come down to 296.302 and then get a bounce. I've been saying that for a long time now, for over a week, and I showed you guys the receipts on the live stream and throughout the video. So if you want to see that, you can, but I'm going to spare you here in this video because people have seen them a lot. So you can see that we dropped down, came down to 295. So I was literally within a penny of the bottom, or what I believe to be the bottom here for AMC. And it looks like we're moving to the upside as I expected. We broke above the sloping support and resistance. We came and filled that macro gap, and now we're moving to the upside. If AMC can remain above this 315 level, there's nothing stopping from AMC to go towards 325 and 350. And of course, if we get back above 350, things can start to get interesting really, really quick. I think once AMC starts to move and get momentum, it's going to really start to move. And you can see that we have a lot of room to run to the upside because RSI was so oversold that we are still oversold in the weekly time frame. You can see the daily time frame isn't much better. It's just now coming out of that oversold territory. So we have a lot of room to run to the upside here on AMC stock. Also, things like the moving average are way up here at like $4. This is the 200 moving average. The 50 moving average is at 403. So again, it's going to come up and retest those moving averages. So AMC's at minimum going to have a rally back to the upside. I'm not calling for some crazy short squeeze unless we start moving past certain price points, but at minimum, AMC is definitely going to start recovering and start rallying to the upside, probably having like a 10%, 15% green week coming up here soon. It might not be this week, but coming into the next week, because again, once we start to move, it's going to really start to move rapidly. And again, I'm hoping I can come back and use clips of this video saying, see, I told you guys that we would be seeing a rally, and a decent rally at that. So AMC is looking promising to move to the upside, and I am looking for AMC to continue to the upside. I did call for a green day for GameStop, SPY, and AMC in yesterday's video, boldly predicting what we could see. And I'm going to try to do that again. I do think we could see another green day for AMC stock. So I think AMC stock is actually set up to have another green day. What I think we're going to see here is a accumulation along this 315. And as long as we can hold that 315, there's nothing stopping us moving towards that 325 level. And if we can get past 325, then we can start moving towards 350, where things can start to get interesting. So this is what I'm looking at for AMC. AMC is recovering. It's in an overall uptrend. If I go ahead and zoom out, you can see that it's in an overall uptrend, and I will draw that trend line just so we can see that trend line and use that trend line here in the future, which will be coming up to retest tomorrow. So hopefully we can hold it and continue up. So tomorrow is going to be a big day. If not, we might need to consolidate, but I think AMC will be moving up this week. You can see green MACD here on the 2-hour time frame, green MACD here on the 4-hour time frame. RSI getting a little hot on some of these lower time frames, so we have to be aware of that. It's getting close to overbought, not yet overbought, but getting close to overbought. And then also you can see things like the Bollinger Bands were above the green line. The bands are getting tight. We're above the blue medium line with green MACD, I do mean. So it looks like we're going to have volatility to the upside. We also have these buy signals here on the 1-hour time frame and starting to grow up. So again, there's a lot of signals saying AMC is about to move up. The fact that we broke above the sloping support and resistance, used it as support. You can see that we actually broke above it, then had to ride it down a little bit, which is, I said, what we might see coming down to the gap fill, used it as support, and then filled that gap at the same time, and that is confirming that, yes, indeed, we are moving up. We also have a potential inverse head and shoulder structure forming here on AMC as well, which could see a significant upside. You have a shoulder here, a head here, and a shoulder here, which could cause AMC to see significant upside if we start breaking above key levels like 325. So that's why I say after 325, 350, things could get interesting. But overall, I think this is the bottom for AMC in my personal opinion. I don't think we're going to be going much lower in my personal opinion. Again, I could be wrong, and we'll see what happens. Only time will tell and see who's right. But I think that the YouTubers, and I'm not trying to come at anyone's neck or anything, but the YouTubers calling for much more bearish price targets, I think they're going to be a little bit shocked as AMC starts to recover, and my price target was right. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to get accurate technical analysis each and every day. Now, as far as shares available to short, we have 4.4 million short shares here for AMC. 4.5 million short shares for AMC at time of recording. I just refreshed it, and we have 2 million shares for GME. So they do have a decent amount of shares to try to stop this momentum, and they have been shorting on AMC, but AMC has still been going up, so I want y'all to keep that in mind. So this is what we're looking at for the meme stocks. Let's go ahead and move into SPY and show y'all what's going on SPY and the overall stock market. Also, something quickly here for AMC as well. We do have a decent movie coming out. We have the Captain America movie, which I don't know is going to be too hot, but the Fantastic Four movie, I just checked out the trailer on that. It looks pretty good. So this could be a box office hit in the making, and we do have some decent movies coming up in the Marvel sector and some other places. So again, just keep your eye on the box office, because when the box office does good, that's bullish narratives for AMC. Now, as far as the overall stock market, trade wars are potentially starting. Google did get investigated, okay, or China is saying they're going to investigate Google as kind of retaliation for these tariffs. So you can see that news here. And this is the latest news on tariffs, and this is something you want to keep in track of as far as the market is concerned. And also some other news, we are seeing protests out in Brownsville, Texas. Now, we did have earnings for AMD and Google today and after hours, and on Thursday we're going to have earnings for Amazon. So there's tech earnings this week, and that is going to be very, very influential on SPY. You actually can see that SPY pulled back to the downside. Why is that? Because AMD actually is down 8% after earnings, and Google is down 7% after earnings, both under key levels. If Google cannot get it back above this 192.97, it's going to continue to the downside, and that's going to be very, very bearish for SPY. And SPY has to be above this key level of 694. If it is not able to break above that level, that's going to show that SPY is indeed starting to move down. I think SPY is starting to lose momentum, and it's actually going to start moving to the downside here tomorrow. So I'm thinking SPY could see a little bit more of a bearish day, not a green day tomorrow, in my personal opinion. Make sure you watch the key level of 694. It's 694 cents. Because if you do get above that level, you could see a little bit of upside. But I think if we did get above it, we'd come down. But you want to watch that level, because that is the key level here. If we cannot get above it and confirm it as resistance, what I'm thinking is going to happen, you're going to move to the downside. We might even set a little bit of a bull trap in the morning, breaking slightly above it. But I don't think we're going to be able to hold it. And I think SPY is going to be moving to the downside. Ultimately, watch that key level to tell you, is it going up or down? If it's above it, holding it as support, that's bullish. If it's below it, using it as resistance, that's bearish. And if you confirm it as resistance and start moving towards 598.90, that means we're going to see more downside. And I was correct about my bearish prediction. But overall, I think SPY, there's too much uncertainty, and I think SPY is topping out, especially with the DeepSeek thing and the tariffs now in play. And also, we have major data drops. You want to watch for the data drop tomorrow. That's also going to have an effect on things. Again, this week is absolutely crazy with everything going on. Tomorrow, we have ISM Services PMI. So watch for that dropping tomorrow. And then on Friday, we have unemployment, which is going to be absolutely huge for the market. Could either pump or dump the market. So you want to watch for that. But ISM drops at 10 a.m. So watch for volatility around that time to see the data drop and see how that affects the market. So again, expect volatility around 10 a.m. I think overall the technicals are showing that SPY is going to be pulling back in my personal opinion, and I'm expecting more of a bearish day for SPY. We could see a little bit of bullishness here in pre-market, kind of setting a bull trap, but I think we're going to move down. Overall, SPY has this overall uptrend that you can see here, this trend line, and the trend line looks like it's going to be broken, which means SPY is going to be moving down. So that's more confirmation that we're going to be moving down. And with the recent tech earnings that we have, again, more confirmation that we are going to be moving down. And with key stocks like Apple being under key resistance of 235.95, more evidence that we're going to be moving down. So pretty clear that, in my personal opinion, we're going to be headed to the downside based off the charts, facts, and data. NASDAQ did fill this gap, fill to the upside that we were worried about. That gap is now filled, so we could see a little bit of pullback on NASDAQ as well, especially with this hit on AMD and Google. That's what we're looking at for SPY in the overall stock market. Let's go ahead and go to crypto and then wrap up this video. So crypto dips are meant for buying, in my personal opinion. Crypto did see a little bit of a shakeout after some of the Trump tariff fears, but it got a decent recovery back to the upside. Now I think crypto is kind of just stagnating, but it's still holding the key level of 91.6. As long as we continue to hold that level, I am bullish on BTC. If we lost that level, I'd expect some pullback, but that would be a dip for buying, in my personal opinion. I don't think crypto is to be sold. If you're asking me, again, you all need to do what you need to do. And just a quick segment on SPY. SQQQ is up in after hours because of what happened and is tracking with this prediction. I'm expecting SQQQ to pop to the upside. But going back to BTC, I think that BTC is going to continue up. I think it's actually going to decouple from the stock market and become its own entity. I want to see coins like XRP above the key level of a 275. If XRP can get back above 275, that would be great. Right now it's holding 250, which is a key level, but I want to see XRP back above 275. But you're going to need to see Bitcoin go up there first. Bitcoin dominance is so high that Bitcoin is controlling the market right now. So when Bitcoin goes up, you're going to see the altcoins go up. When Bitcoin goes down, you're going to see the altcoins go down, and down in a big way. BTC dominance at 58.2%. So Bitcoin is controlling the market. So once we see Bitcoin control or pump up, you could see the altcoins pump up. But as far as I'm concerned, crypto dips are for dying or for buying. We are still in crypto fear, or in fear and greed. We're still in extreme greed. So we haven't had a real flush out yet. So if we did see a pullback, I wouldn't be surprised. But again, I still think this bull run has a lot more leg room to the upside. Again, RSI just simply cooling down here. So we might have to see a little bit of bearishness as the MACD is coming down too. If we lost that key level of 91.6, you'd probably come down a little bit, but then see a spring to the upside, in my personal opinion. If we can hold that 91.6, we might be able to just accumulate and then move up. But I don't think the crypto bull run is done in any means. And I think that things like the tariffs or legislation coming out from Trump later this year could send Bitcoin absolutely flying. Of course, things like XRP ETFs and some of the crypto news I've been seeing, if it does come to fruition, crypto is going to absolutely go flying, and we're getting a bullish crypto SEC and bullish president. So again, I think crypto is turning into a different industry, and I'm very, very bullish on BTC. As far as coins like Ethereum is still in the macro accumulation range and tracking, so I think Ethereum could continue to the upside, but again, we need to see that Bitcoin move up, and then we also need to see that move into altcoin season, which I think is going to be happening later this year. This was my daily outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. If you found this video informative, go ahead and drop a like, press subscribe for more content like this, and I appreciate it if you watch the end of this video, and if you watch this video at all, truly appreciate you. I have a merch store that you can check out and a Discord that helps out. If you want to check that out, you can hit me up on my email, or if you want to support the channel in a different way, go ahead and drop a super chat. But as always, y'all, I appreciate you for just watching. Leave a comment down below and hit the like button to support for absolutely free. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace. All right, y'all, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like, press subscribe for more content like this. I appreciate you if you watch the end of this video to see all of this message. And as always, y'all, I could not be here without you. So thank you all so much. As always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace.